Yo, what's up? Welcome to Fresco. This is Svani Quintanilla, and this is Cook Local with Grow Local South Texas, powered by NEC Co-op Energy. Vamos a cocinar. All right, y'all, today we're making ceviche with a beautiful strawberry grouper that we got from Paul's Seafood Market. And we're gonna be cooking the fish with some orange and lime juice, a little bit of fish sauce, and tossing it with some tomatoes, some onions, serrano peppers, and it's gonna go all on top of a tostada. So let's get it going. Strawberry grouper. Now the reason we are using the strawberry grouper is because it is a light white fish. That type of fish is very important to use so that the citrus is able to cook it all the way. Usually you could use snapper, drum, some shrimp. Today we have strawberry grouper. So I'm gonna cut it down the middle so that it's easier to work with. But basically you wanna cut it into strips and then dice it. I have these lime halves and I'm gonna juice them into here. So basically you wanna juice enough lime to where it's covering the fish. Also put a little bit of orange juice. Keep your hand underneath to catch any seeds that come out of it. So you just squeeze it into your hand. And basically if any seeds come out, they're just gonna land right here and you'll be able to stop them from getting into the bowl. I'm gonna mix it up. And then the final thing that I wanna put in here is just for flavor is some vegan fish sauce. Just gonna put a little splash. Once you put that in there, mix it up a little bit. You're gonna wanna let this sit for at least 45 minutes. We'll check on it, see where it's at, maybe an hour. But basically you want the fish to sit in the citrus until it turns white, completely white. But yeah, so this is gonna go into the fridge for a little bit and then we'll check on it after we do our vegetables. First things first, I'm gonna chop up some of this tomato. I don't want the ceviche to be too watery, and tomatoes, the insides, they contain a lot of water. So my first step is to cut the insides out. Again, you can compost this. You can save this and throw it in salsa if you're making salsa later or something. Make a tomato sauce for a pasta maybe. It's time to cut an onion. So I'm gonna mix it up, give it a quick toss. 2 tomatoes to 1 onion, good ratio. And now we're gonna move on to the serrano pepper. We wanna cut this in half. And basically you just wanna run your knife against that vein. And then you turn it on its other side, keep running the knife, and voila, the whole thing comes out. And now I am going to dice them up. For my garnish is cilantro leaves, and I'm gonna add a little bit of green onion to this and make just like basically a little herb mixture to throw on top of the tostada. Once you have your green onions, you wanna take your knife and make your first cut at an angle right here, just above the little white part. And what you wanna do is keep that angle, kinda just cut as thinly as possible. Green onion, cilantro, you just wanna toss it together. Also for the top, I want to put some serrano slices. So that way, you use all of the pepper. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to make a tostada. Put enough oil in your pan where the tortilla will just be kind of laying in it. You don't want it too deep. I guess we'll just call this a shallow fry. And what you want to do is you want to just turn your heat down to low, medium low, just so that the oil doesn't get any hotter than where it's at right there. Because where it's at there when it's smoking, perfect temperature. Basically, you just want it to get golden colored. Right when you pull your tostadas out of the oil, you're gonna wanna hit them with a little bit of salt while there's still a little bit of oil on them, because it will dry up and the oil won't be on there anymore. The salt won't really stick. So when it's hot, straight out of the oil, throw a little salt on it. We have all our components basically, and we're checking on this fish. So if you remember at the beginning, the fish was transparent, you can kind of see through it. Now it looks white. The longer you keep it in the juice, the more it cooks, the more the texture will get a little funky. So when you have it to the point where you want it, you drain all the juice off. Now you don't have to get rid of all of the juice, just most of it, just so it's not sitting in that liquid anymore. So the next step would be to mix these together. All right, so I like to use Valentina sauce. I'd say at first, maybe like a third of a cup. Now see here, it's not very juicy. That's what we saved this for. So we just pour a little bit. I do want it a little bit saltier, so I'm gonna add a little bit of this vegan fish sauce from earlier. Now we're gonna cut some avocado. Take a quarter of the avocado. You wanna get the skin off of it. And just take the very tip of your knife and just make slices. And each slice, you push it over. Keep going. But basically you end up with a little avocado fan that can go over the top. So now, plating it. So you wanna get your tostada down, so give it a stir. You wanna get your avocado slices, just throw them on top. We're gonna get our little herb salad again. Give it a little toss, make sure everything's mixed up. You just wanna get a pinch of it and just throw it right in the middle. Take a little bit of these serrano slices, place them around one at a time. I recently here at Fresco decided to try and make a chili crunch, Asian inspired chili crunch. Some garlic, some pepper flakes, some Szechuan peppercorn. If you ever come by and if you want to taste it on your food, let me know, I'll give you a little sample. But I like to finish a lot of food with it just because it's a good texture, good flavor. So just get a little spoonful, drizzle. Just to finish it off, just a little sprinkle of salt over the top. There we go. Ceviche tostada. All your ingredients here can be sourced locally, and you may be able to find some of these things at the Grow Local Farmers Market. Thank you for having me on Cook Local. I'm Svani Quintanilla and this is Fresco.